Can someone please explain to me why the Milwaukee Bucks are scraping the bottom of the pan of the Eastern Conference and have been a disappointment for the 2025 NBA season? Why?
I don't have an answer, especially when they thought that Damian Lillard was going to come in. Giannis Antetokounmpo was going to be. He. What else is Giannis going to do? Put up 80 points? Put up all 100 by himself? What else he going to do? Right? Chris Middleton, when you coming back?
I don't even think Chris Middleton want to come back at this point.
You see him on the sideline, he look uninterested. You see him
Yeah.
on the sideline, he look like he need a book.
Okay, so let's talk about it, right? They got two superstars who average at 57 points per game combined. The next player up in terms of point production is Bobby Portis with 12 measly points and Brooke Lopez with 9 points. How are they supposed to win ball games? I just want to know, right? They added Torian Prince and Gary Trent Jr., both averaging 7 points each. You got Doc Rivers and Darvin Ham.
Wow, Coach Bud over there in the valley looking good. How about that?
Yeah.
Milwaukee, any regrets?
Buyer's remorse in Milwaukee for sure.
Clearly, because Coach Bud is over there in the valley with them Suns looking good. And the Bucks just said they didn't want him as, although he helped bring them a championship with Giannis. That wasn't good enough. Oh, okay.
I still can't wrap my brain around why they fired Coach Bud. But so they brought in Doc Rivers, who, when he was hired, well, first of all, I mean, Adrian Griffin had a winning record when they fired him. So they brought in Doc, who went 17-19 on the season. We should have known he had a losing record to end last season. Why would we think Doc Rivers' scheme or his way of coaching would work for the Milwaukee Bucks, who are currently 2-7, bottom of the pan of the Eastern Conference?
I ask again, is it too soon for Doc Rivers to be in the hot seat? I'm just asking. Should we be talking about coach replacement for the Milwaukee Bucks at the top of the season? Just a question.
Well, here's the deal. Even if they fire Coach Doc Rivers, they would probably put Darvin Ham as his little quick replacement. The team would go nuts with Darvin Ham as the head coach, considering how things ended with the Los Angeles Lakers. I just don't know. You know, Giannis said that they are not competing at all. That's really bad. He was like, we didn't compete at all. And we got the Celtics coming up. We're going to lose by 30 if we're not out there competing. I said, see? Yeah.
He's already defeated.
Mm-hmm.
His body language gives me that anyway. His body language gives me, what am I doing? What am I doing? Got to be in the talks with his agent right now is, how can I get out of here? He got to be talking to his agent right now. Have to be. It's ridiculous. Giannis, in his prime, dealing with this mess? Nah. He was there almost 3 years removed from the championship. They won in 2021? 2021?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And they nowhere near. At least be top 6. At least. You at the bottom?
The sad thing is, I think him and Dame are doing all that they can do. I mean, Dame Lillard, he's playing majority of the game. 35 minutes of a 48-minute game. He's averaging 27 points. What more do you want from Dame? Some defense, yes. But you're going to get point production. They knew they weren't going to get defense when they brought him over.
Exactly. But he is giving them what he is known for, right? He's giving them what he's known for. Defense was never that. But it's still not enough. You need 5 to 8, 9 players that's going to give you all the competitive advantage. Not just one.
Mm-hmm.
Not just 2. It's not enough. And unfortunately, the Bucks are going to be looking silly, crazy at the end of the season if they don't figure something out. And I think they have enough talent. It is something wrong with the scheme. I ask again, is it too early to be talking about a coaching change for the Milwaukee Bucks? Maybe it is. So maybe they need a new assistant coach. If they don't want to go as far as changing head coach, maybe get some new fresh blood in from their assistant coaching perspective to change up the game a little bit. You can even do that. Nobody would know. And Doc Rivers can look good in the end, you know?
I just think as a term in terms of like competing, if Pat Bev was still on the team, the Jay Crowders of the world, at
The
least they
Drew
would be
Holidays.
competing. Yes, at least there would be no question of whether or not they were out there giving all they had. Players like Pat Bev, he's not going to give you a lot of points, but he's going to be in that locker room. He's going to be in that huddle. He's going to be an extension of the coach, or even a better voice than the coach because he's out there playing. That's what I'm saying. You need Pat Bev. Can we call him up? Where is he at? He overseas somewhere right now.
Ain't nothing but a phone call away. Ain't nothing but a Emirates flight since they partnered up with the NBA. Get him on a flight.
Yes.
I'm quite sure he'll come back to the States in a heartbeat. I'm quite
Mm-hmm.
sure he would. But yeah, those are the players you need on your roster, absolutely. And right now they don't have that. It's really sad. I agree. I'm disappointed in the Bucks as well. I'm not talking about playing tournament status at the bottom. That's really unfortunate. Not with Giannis Antetokounmpo on your roster. Unacceptable. You know, a team that I'm really disappointed in. We're talking about, since we're on the East, I'm gonna stay there, and hopefully things will turn around for them now that their superstars returning. Is the Sixers. I'm sorry. Top of the season, very disappointed in them. I did not expect them to be this low. Now I know the reason why they are low has to do with injuries. Yes, who anticipated that? I thought Joel Embiid would start the season. I didn't know that Paul George, since he came over to the Sixers, would end up not playing because he injured himself in the preseason. Who knew that, right? I wonder now if they're thinking the Sixers like maybe we should have kept Tobias Harris. At least. I mean, he may not have been the best, but at least he would have been able to sustain us. So held us up a little bit along with Tyrese Maxey. Right now you got Tyrese Maxey out because he's overextending himself. Like y'all, Sixers. I cannot wait for Joel Embiid. And by the time you probably watch this, he will have played a couple of games, and hopefully now the Sixers can come out of the bottom. I'm not talking about 11. Last time I checked at this recording, they were number 15. One game won. So hopefully by the time you watch this, they would at least be 3 to whatever, right? They would have at least won 3 more games. It's just ridiculous. And so now Joel Embiid has to come back from injury and work harder, right, to get the Sixers back up to where they're supposed to be, competitive in the top 6. It's ridiculous. Nick Nurse, come on.
General manager Daryl Morey has no problem making changes in the head coach. Nick Nurse in his second season, if I'm him, I'm like, uh-oh. Am I in the hot seat? Even though his team has been depleted.
Yes.
They still are slow paced, the 25th offensive rated team, 25th on defense. Come on. You still got Kyle Lowry, Kelly Oubre. PG is back. Caleb Martin and Andre Drummond has been okay while Joel Embiid has been out. You can't win more than 2 games? Come on.
And with pace alone, do you see these other teams, these young teams sprinting up and down the court? Have you watched OKC? Have you seen the Cavs lately? I'm talking about speed demons. The Nets alone, fast. If you slow right now in the league and your pace is not up to par with these other teams that are sprinting up and down the court, you're not going to even win because they're going to get your ball every time. Do you know these teams got hands? They got hands, and they're using the hands more often than not. I'm just saying. So, yeah, the Sixers are a little disappointing. However, I am hopeful, right, that they'll be able to move up in the standings now that Joel Embiid has returned to the game, now that Tyrese Maxey will return to the game. Paul George will finally get his footing, and they can all play together. I am hopeful that they'll change that. But they got to move quickly because the other teams got solid positioning right now in the top of the East. So they got to work hard for it. And Joel Embiid shouldn't have to come back to the league to work that hard.
Yes. And he's not playing back-to-backs. I also think in terms of pace, bringing Paul George to the Sixers slowed them down even more. Because he's really an ISO player. Having Joel Embiid back in the lineup slows down. Maxey, when he's out there, he's a speed demon. He belongs on those young teams that are getting up and down, super athletic. He's with this slow pace Philadelphia Sixer team. I'm sorry. I don't think they'll stay at the bottom of the East, but they're going to be scratching and clawing for a playoff spot in several months.
Wow, it's too bad.
Yep. So this next team that I have, I'm really disappointed in. They've also been riddled. When I tell you riddled with injuries, this is ridiculous, right? DeJounte Murray for the New Orleans Pelicans.
Oh, I'm
I
devastated.
am sick. The New Orleans Pelicans, they're without DeJounte Murray. I don't think he's played a regular season game for them. Maybe half of a game, right? Out 4 to 6 weeks. Then now you got CJ McCollum out with an adductor strain. Herb Jones is out with a shoulder. Trey Murphy the third out with a hamstring. And of course, Zion Williamson is out with a hamstring. Who is Coach Willie Green supposed to have suit up for him? I'm disappointed. They were supposed to be a competitive team. You know, what in the world? I feel so bad for Coach Green because it just feels like similar to Chauncey Billups. He
Yes.
just has not had an opportunity
Yes.
to have his full complement of players or everybody on the same page all at the same time for him to coach. And it's
Yeah.
sad to see. It really
You
is.
know what? Zion being out is again, right? But the other players, that's heartbreaking for me. Because when Zion wasn't playing last season, those other
Mhm,
players made it
mhm,
happen.
mhm.
That's what's missing, right? So you're gonna have BI out there doing what most BI gonna be out there, Jose Alvarado. They what?
What it's supposed to do? I mean,
Yeah,
it's
that's really sad. I, what? Yeah,
yeah,
that's a good one. Yeah, man, these injuries do not. They don't care.
yeah.
Okay, let me see. I got one. The Sacramento Kings. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I'm disappointed in the Sacramento Kings. I did not anticipate them. My expectations were that they would not be at the bottom of the West. I didn't anticipate that, especially with the inclusion of or the addition of DeMar DeRozan. I said at least they can maintain, you know, top six, maybe top eight, maybe, but they're at the bottom. And if they don't fix their 3-point shooting, I don't know what they're gonna do. All the games that they've lost so far this season is because they have not been able to match 3-point shooting. Can they get that together? And what we talk, and is Malik Monk the only person on the bench that can get him something? Is he the
yeah.
only one? Is he the only one? Do y'all want Davion Mitchell back at least on defense? It's Malik Monk puts up 17 points and nobody else can help from the bench. Come on, DeMar DeRozan, just as of late, no lost his streak of putting up 20 points plus. But DeMar DeRozan's doing his part, right?
Mhm.
And we knew DeMar DeRozan was not a high volume 3-point shooter, so I don't expect that from him. But Keegan Murray, sir, 0 from 6 from one of the games. Mm-mm. No, you are the 3-point shot person. Like, do that. That's your job. Do that. Right? And then we got De'Aaron Fox, poor thing, out there playing with a hurt hand. He can't even rest.
Mhm.
So his hand is injured, and he's still playing when he really should probably be out about 4 weeks. But we can't trust him to be out, right? So he said if he can play, he's gonna play. Yeah, but then when we come down to the postseason, at the end of the season, you're gonna be out when we really need you to be out. And this is the time. I don't know why he just won't take the time.
Hmm.
Just
I
sit
know.
out, take the
Yeah.
time, heal your hand, and come back. But for you to play right now and your turnovers are high because I think you're compromised because the injury from your hand, you need that, right?
Mhm.
Your clutch shot is not hitting because you're compromised with your hand. Y'all, Kings, I'm gonna need the beam to be lit throughout the season. And right now, y'all haven't been lighting it up. Do you need to check the bulbs? Let's talk about what and you got the coach looking like what is going on. So y'all, and I
Mhm.
was watching this one post game discussion, and we're talking. There were the reporters were asking about 3-point shooting, and Coach Mike Brown said, "Well, they're hesitating on the 3-point shot. Why y'all hesitating? If y'all don't shoot that ball, just shoot, shoot or shoot, 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 shoot. Right? That's what I hear.
Mhm.
Right? So why don't y'all
Mhm.
just do that?" And they can't do that. They're hesitating. And then De'Aaron Fox followed up on that same after the game, the same game. He said he called it hezzy. We hezzy on the three. We hezzy,
I
something like
like
that.
it. I like
Right. So
it.
stop being hesitant, right? And shoot the ball. These 3 balls have to start going into the basket because you guys can continue to lose games if you can't get the 3 in there. How you gonna
Mhm.
have what was it, 6 of 30 something? It's not enough. 11% from 3. in one of the games, 11%, and the other team got over 40. Y'all, you're not gonna win the game. So let's get this 3-point shooting together. Let's figure out how we're gonna bump up this bench, Kings, so y'all can be back at the top, at least top 8, at least that. But right now, disappointing in their season. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, I can understand your disappointment. But De'Aaron Fox out there, and to make matters worse, it's his primary hand, right? Is his left hand, all fingers all taped up. How you supposed to control the ball and shoot the shot when you got your fingers all taped up? Yeah,
but
he
you're
should
feeling the
probably
pressure that he can't sit out, and I understand that pressure. We go to work sick because we believe that we are, we're part of a team. When we probably should be at home in the bed, but we're at work sick. He is out there playing with a bum hand, and he should be healing somewhere. Which I guess it's at that point. Well, you really can't damage it anymore. He can't.
Yeah, if he breaks it, they're
Don't
done.
don't y'all
last
Isaiah
season?
Isaiah Thomas, De'Aaron Fox.
Ooh. Remember last season, De'Aaron Fox was out with some injury, and the Kings did not even resemble the Kings that we remember. He knows that, and they can't afford to, especially in the West. It's so competitive.
This is what I'm saying. The Kings, as of this recording, the Kings at this time, they're 500, but they're number 11. How you gonna be at 500, number 11? Yeah, but if you was in the East, you can be below 500, top 6. Yeah. You don't have time to play with the West. You just don't have time to play. So, oh my gosh, the Kings, come on, y'all. I'm rooting for you because I like the beam. Can we shine it?